Onplaceonevoice. There is where Libeira me other national around the continent of Africa to promote nothing but peace, love, and unity. Bring back the African traditions of the USA. Let's unite in support of African connection. I hope you guys doing great out there. We are heading out to build a new Liberia. How can we build new Liberia? We need to promote nothing but peace, love, and unity. Bringing back the African tradition. Sweet land, Liberia. Mama Liberia. The only country we have. How can we make it vibrant? How can we make it conducive for each and every one? Again, I want to give a shout out to each and everyone out there. I hope you guys are doing great out there. Onplaceonevoice has always been around. I want to wish each and every one celebrating their birthday party. I'm here this afternoon, and I hope you tune in. Onplaceonevoice, we are back to serve you. Again, stay tuned. Again, you tune in the Onplaceonevoice. There is where Libeira me other national around the continent of Africa to promote nothing but peace, love, and unity, bringing back the African traditions of the USA. Let's unite is our African connection. Again, we must come together as one nation. We must come together as one Liberian. In order for us to build a nation, we must be together. We must have one goal and one vision. Mama Liberia, I love you. Stay tuned. Here's Onplaceonevoice. You are tuned into the live station, coming to you live from New York City. And we hope you're having a great time out there. To all the people who are celebrating their birthday this month, we say a happy birthday to you out there. Again, we are here speaking on justice for Mama Liberia. We are all advocating around the world, making sure that the motherland be good. And I hope you're having a great time this afternoon. Again, my name is James. I'm going to be driving you through on the hottest station in New York City. Coming to you live from the Bronx. It's after 12. We're going to be speaking to you very soon. Stay tuned.
You wanna make a man,
Yeah, that's the hottest station in New York City. One play, one voice. We've been around for 5 years now. We are just serving our communities and serving our people around the continent of Africa. One play, one voice. There is where Libeira be other nationals around the continent of Africa to promote absolutely nothing but peace, love, for unity, bringing back the African tradition to the USA. Let's unite. It's our African connection. I hope you're having a great time out there, man. I'm having a great time, man. But you should have a great time because you know what? Life is still existing in us. Again, thank you so much, guys, for supporting this station here. One play, one voice. We are taking you through and speaking to you on Mama Liberia and also our brothers and sisters around the world as well. Again, we want to say good afternoon, each and everyone. We always come here to give some motivational speak and also to encourage our brothers and sisters out there, sometimes struggling. I passed by this afternoon to greet you and also greet each and everyone around the radio land, all over the world. It doesn't matter which country you are. As a Liberian, I think one thing we're doing here, we're trying to work in the advocacy group or wherever your strength lies, so that we all can work together to make our nation to be a better place. But one thing I often say sometimes, and I'm going to say it again, we cannot move Liberia if we do not understand exactly our content, what we need, and what should we do. Sometimes it hurts my heart sometimes when I see Mama Liberia should be in an awesome country where we can build that country, right? We built that country to see fruitful things happening, and this is what I always say often, right? If you go into a different world, no matter where you go in the world and naturalize yourself, your home going to be your home, right? You want to go home one day, you want to go and be able to settle, and build your house or do something, and you enjoy your country. And that's why we are all here trying to encourage leaders. We understand, listen, there is no way you're going to serve a country and we say that country is going to be perfect, there will be no corruption. But there is a thing. If we leaders understand the governing process, right, I want to say, right, and try to use those resources, right, the place it belongs, right, making sure that everyone, got good health, taking care of our people that are on the street, we call zircles, these kind of thing, making sure our children on the street, we find a program, we keep them busy to do something, then I think we'll be heading off for the rightful thing in Liberia. But how can we do it? We must do it collectively. We must understand exactly our problem and recognize our problem. And this is what I always tell my fellow Liberians, until we recognize that we are the problem, then we can resolve our problem in Liberia. You know what it means, to come from a 40-year civil war. I was in the country, the war came and the war got finished. You know what I mean? And God have some of us way in a different world. But our aim, objective here for the country of Liberia, we want Liberia to be a great place. We want Liberia to be a better nation, because we cannot continue to fight among ourselves as brothers and sisters. But how can we do this? And that is my take from there, right? I think leaders in Liberia should try to exercise what we call transparency accountability, right? In other words, you serve in the public. Now, one thing I want leaders in Liberia to understand, as a son from the soil, I am from the soil, so therefore we will do everything it takes, to give our inputs, right? Our experience that we got from different world, in order for us, to help for Liberia to be a better place for each and every one of us. Someday I want to retire. I want to go back home. I want to build my house. I want to be able to, sleep in peace. But how can we do that? There is the 21st century, right? We need to start now, folks. We need to have understanding. We need to work collaboratively, right? Want to be in the opposition or you are not the opposition, one thing we should understand that we are all brothers and sisters when they come at the end of the day. And that's why it is so important that we need to start coming together. I understand sometimes we shifting blame, we saying this person is corrupting. I understand all those things. Now, the question is, so what? What next? What can we do as Liberians? Do we really understand who we are? That's the question. Let's ask ourselves, as Liberians, who are we? I mean, just imagine, we just had our Independence Day, right? 174, right? Imagine. But what can we do different in this 21st century so that our country can be a better place? These are questions sometimes we asked. And it is important that we ask this question because we want our young generation to understand that they are rising. They're coming up, right? But are we preparing them? Are we giving them program that they can concentrate on to remove them from the street? Right? Are we working on their minds and bodies to build them to be a better young men and young women? These are things that we need to be asking ourselves. And it is so important as Liberians that we understand exactly where we came from, where we're going, and where we're going to come to a full stop. Liberia being a country, one of the oldest country on the continent of Africa. But now I think we should be somewhere far where our young folks can look up to something to do in the country. And there is not time, realistically, to hide the truth. It's about time that we be earnest with ourselves. It's time for us to sit and do our homework. Whether be a leader or citizens, it's time for us to put ideas together to make Liberia to be a better place. I strongly believe that Liberia is indeed a better nation, but it is because of leaders that come over, from century to century, making the country to be where it is today. But the question here, can we fix it? Yes. A country can be fixed if the leaders come together and put great policy in place and be able to enforce those policies for the betterment of the country. Right? Now, one thing I want to say here today, this afternoon, to leaders, I know when you took over, folks, you said Liberia won't be spectator in their own country. So if you say so in your profile, okay, or what you call your propos agenda, they are saying Liberian should be the first in everything you do. I am speaking directly to the current leader. Everything Liberians do, they should be the first. I talk about employment, I talk about work, I talk about doing business, and just name it. Now, and you feel that your people are incapable of doing these work, then what I think you need to do is to put program together to better train them, educate them. When you educate a nation, then of course that nation going to stand. So once in a while some of us come on the station we built, or the platform we built, to be able to give our ideas. In order for Liberia to rise, we got to be earnest with one another. We got to be earnest. We got to respect one another. We got to be there for one another. We cannot continue to do the same old thing and expecting a different results. It is not going to happen. So I pass by to let you know this afternoon that I love you, my people, but in order for us to do something that we can benefit from our country, let us try to be transparent. We might not be 100%, which any country want to be 100%, and I understand that. We are not perfect, but we can come together and have a good plan, an aim, an objective that will drive the nation of Liberia to a better place. There are brothers and sisters around the world that will watching me or that will watch me after here that really want to come back home in Liberia and live comfortably. So these are things that we should be thinking over. Let's make the country to be a better place where brothers and sisters can come from all over the world and come in the country and relax. Like for me, I want to come on vacation. But listen, my safety comes first. I got to make sure that I am safe in my own country before I even take a step. I love Liberia. I came to Liberia all the time. I came to Liberia, I help the children all the time. But it reached the point where I want to make sure that my safety comes first. So how can we do that? We got to increase the sector of security. We got to make sure, and when we increase the security and wellness in the country, what we are doing, we are also giving investors a chance to come and invest more. So there are things that we can do to make Liberia to be a better place. So again, folks, I just passed by to have fun with you, to let you know that One Play One Voice, we are open. I want to let you know that we interview worldwide. If you want to interview anytime, you know how to get us through our email. It's oneplaceonevoice@gmail.com. And I also want you to watch out. Again, besides doing broadcasts and doing other things and working in New York City, I'm also a Liberian artist. You can check out my music. I got a lot of good messages through the music. Listen to it, just don't listen, but listen to the message and digest the message. Because I strongly believe together, when we come together and share our idea and realize that we are the problem, we Liberians are our own problem, and be honest to one another and begin to love one another and begin to come together and live with transparency, accountability, which will lead us to transformation, then the nation of Liberia will start to get better. Believe me, over the years, Liberia will reach to a place where when you go to Liberia, it feels like you stay in America, or you in Europe, or you in Australia, or the country, or the developed world, right? That's what we want for the country of Liberia. But brothers and sisters, we can only do that when we give each other our own divided attention, and together we can stand. United we can stand. Divided we're going to fall. There are a lot of good brothers out there. There are a lot of good Liberians out there that want to do something very tangible in the country. But leaders, you got to lead the role. You got to convince us Liberians around the world, so we can come in the country to carry on development. And that's what we want. All right? And also the resources for the country that the poor citizens are putting you guys in office to lead the country. Then, of course, you got to work harder to make sure that the resources are shared in different ways. Some ways are creating a very good structural educational system in the country that our boys and girls can go to, or create, a program. It could be through sport and whatever it is to remove our brothers and sisters from the street so that they can be able to have a better life. All right. Again, thank you so much. I just came here to make that announcement, and I hope you guys are doing great out there. Please, again, just enjoy yourself. Let's enjoy together this afternoon. I'll be here for like 5-10 minutes, and I'll leave. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. Again, you reach One Play One Voice. There is where Liberia be organized around the continent of Africa to promote absolutely nothing but peace, love, and unity. Bring about the African tradition to the USA. And I hope you're having a great time out there. And I want to give a shout out to those that celebrating their birthday this month. I want to say a happy, happy, happy birthday, and we wish you many more years. Today is coming from One Play One Voice, the hottest station in New York City. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you had yourself a wonderful time, and I will see you again. Thank you very much.